Aloha and welcome to another beautiful day in Hawaii. As you can see, I do not use Photoshop. This is natural light and it's beautiful. Maybe a little smudge on my camera, not sure. It's almost sunset, and as you can hear, there are some beautiful birds singing in the background, which is one of the miracles about this time of day. I also have this book to share with you. A little bit of a story behind it. I started reading it it's called High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. I saw him on a YouTube podcast. I can't remember the guy's name. It's a really great. I'll try to link it in the description. But basically, I think his name is Tom Bilyeu. Became wealthy, famous, doing something, and then took some of his expertise and financial acumen and set up a YouTube arena where he brings in influential and great, wonderful thinkers from all over the world. And I saw Brendon Burchard on there last year, 2020, 2019. A coworker of mine had his book on her desk, and I guess the point of this is don't wait. Deep down inside, you see something, you find it interesting, you know that it's going to be beneficial before you do it. It's 2019, 2020, 2021, 2 years later, right? And this year's almost done. So it's, a couple months off of 3 years if I picked up this book then, right? And he has the journals that I use daily there by him, and there's a high performance tracker in his books as well, which is it's been really beneficial for me to get to sit down, be with myself, think through things, practice writing with my right hand, for example, and see how I monitor how I'm doing on a daily and weekly basis. And I think if you look at other YouTubers, young YouTubers who aren't necessarily life coaches, or people who have become life coaches who are talking about transformation, they start journaling. And what it does is it slows you down, it channels your thought into form, all that spirituality mumbo bumbo jumbo stuff, and it centers you, and it actually, because I there are so many different parts of us that are in there, it feels like writing is a more connected part to us than necessarily our speaking, or when we're like at a party interacting with one another and just bouncing off, and then our energy is going crazy and up and down. So it's a very centered practice. If you do not journal every day, a couple times. Get your dream journal, high performance tracker journal, get your going to bed, how was my day, how are my feelings journal. There's some questions in this book which are really interesting. In the chapter on role models, or is it a chapter on role models, or is it a chapter on courage? I think it's a chapter on role models, where he asks, what would you do to be your best self? Is this work meaningful to you? And he's framing it in terms of creating influence in your office, in your friend sphere, and whatever sphere of people you're with. But at the end of the day, these are questions that we need to ask ourselves sometimes. And the adults in us, I have a friend. I have mommy issues. He has mommy. Everybody's got mommy, daddy issues, something like that. And his girlfriend is like, I don't want to make him wash the dishes. It's not my job to make him wash the dishes. I'm not his mother. He also loves dominatrixes, but dominatrixes, Mrs. Dominatrixes. By the way, for that reason, I believe there's something. I believe there's something to that growth industry. A little bit off topic from the book, but women working outside of the home, for example, and children feeling disconnected from their parents, and especially men. So I think there is something there, or like an incomplete family dynamic. But I'll tell you about that 3 years when I finish my master's, or in 5 when I finish my PsyD. That I am applying for. So it's out there now. Remember, I told you I was thinking about it, but sometimes those things need to sit with you. And I guess also listen to Pablo Picasso, though. What did he say? Don't put off to tomorrow what you would. Don't put off to the future what you would. What is it? Only put off until tomorrow what you are willing to die having left undone. Yeah. So there you go. Thanks, Pablo. And it's a fantastic book, so definitely read it. What else has been going on in my life? Not much. I'm definitely on an upcycle. Definitely feel like I released some patterns and saw a lot of things. And the more consciousness you have, the more aware that you are of those patterns. And don't shame yourself. Don't feel bad. Know that you're working toward an awesome goal. Know that you're working toward the best version of you, and just keep at it every day. Rome wasn't built in a day. Nobody ran. I used to run a lot of marathons and triathlons. Like I forget at the end. When I was really, really fast, how many years of practice I put in, how many miles a week, how many times I got up when I didn't want to get up. And that's what life is. Every day is practice. The funny and interesting part about this book is, I started it last year and I got through half of it, and I didn't get through the last half of it. And the last half of it's where I think my inner petulant child self, he got caught up in the change, in the doing something. The chapter was on productivity. And yeah, it's like I need to choose. It's not somebody else forcing me to do something. It's not society pushing me to do something I don't want to do. I choose to go to grad school. I choose to start a healing co-op. I choose to be an awesome surfer. I choose to be a great person. So, yeah, every day choose to be a better version of you. Read High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. Ask yourself some role model questions. How can you be better? Right? How can you change the world? How can you start with yourself? Actually, forget that. How can you be the best version of you, right? And then help other people be the best version of themselves. You don't even have to help them. I think that's just yeah. So, and then we're all connected in APPS. Hope everyone has a beautiful evening, and aloha.